Hey, sweet souls, it's DTO in the flow. And today I get to interview a sweet soul sister of mine, Meesha. And she is a part of this extraordinary movement, which is her new studio, Alchemystic Studio. And her description is that it's an inclusive yoga studio, meaning anyone that would like to be involved, please get there. And what it is alchemizing the heart of an activist, which is Meesha, and she will speak about some of her activism of what she's being a stand for in the world, with the mind of a yogi and seeking to reclaim yoga to decolonize minds and abolish oppression and the systems that affect us at an energetic and societal level. So if anyone sees here on the screen, this is the Instagram that you can follow, Alchemistic Studio. And without further ado, we'll bring on Meesha. Here you go. How are you today?
Yeah, I am well. Thank you very much. How are you?
So good. So I want to remind everyone that this is live streaming. So at any moment, if you want to comment, ask a question, share, please do that. Put your favorite emoji. And before anything, I want to make sure people know how to get to your Instagram, which is Alchemistic Studio. And as we all know, it's all about alchemy in life, right? We are carbon-based life forms. We're an alchemical, there's trillions of cells in our bodies, these life experiences that we have in the past, in the present, in the future, like we're alchemizing, we're joining, we're connecting at all times. So I really love the mystical with the alchemy. I think it's a brilliant name. And so let's start in sequence. Number one, so what is your journey with health and wellness? So what inspired you to, of course, your background of having family from India and being of that descent, I know brings in. So the Western world, as we know, they say yoga, and everyone just thinks it's some flashy hashtag that is yoga, right? So there's a larger picture, there's a depth to it. So when we think about health and wellness, and this is for any country in the world, well, there's an approach to it. So I'd love to hear like how your background impacted you into health and wellness so much that you're bringing to the West your practices and your knowledge in order for people to get alchemistic.
Yeah, cool. Well, so I grew up in a Hindu household, and my grandfather loved yoga. He did it up until he passed away. And I remember having a black and white photo of him in a spinal twist in India. So it's always been in my kind of consciousness that yoga is part of my lineage. But I was the first to be born here in America. And so I got all the stresses that come with being American, which is this kind of fast paced lifestyle that doesn't lend itself for the Eastern philosophies, which really ask you to slow down, be still, breathe, and be introspective. It's a very extroverted world that we live in, and even more so with social media, right? So by the time I hit college, I realized, I was suffering from anxiety, depression, and disconnectedness from my body. Um, I got really into partying and really strayed away from health and wellness. But I had a revelation one day that it was time for me to treat my body like a temple. And I started just exploring my roots. It came kind of naturally to me to start looking up chakras and yoga and breath work. And then I ended up work trading at a yoga studio, and I just fell in love. One of my yoga teachers said it was like a duck to water. And it changes your whole mind. Once you start doing the asana, then you want to take care of the food you eat, and then you want to take care of your mind, and it kind of snowballs. So yeah, that's what
I
got me.
love that. I love that approach because, every country in the world, all the studies we've ever done, it comes down to two main things, right? Diet and nutrition, right? So how are you um, figuring out how you fuel the body first, right? And then from there, it comes into movement, exercise. Then it comes into that internal work. My joke is it's an inside job, right? This life. So you got to like alchemically figure inside, like, okay, what are these emotions? What are these, and how you can work that out? As you said, a duck to water. You're like, oh, whoa, this is resonating with me. There's
Yeah.
something aligning and being connected with me. So what inspired you to begin your path, which you're on now, of teaching others?
It was just the amazing shifts that I found. I found this way to heal myself. It felt like magic to me.
Mm.
sit in a yoga class and start facing trauma and facing physical manifestations of events I had endured, and facing them with this compassion and working through them. And I could feel my body changing. I've tapped into these reserves that I think everyone has. Everyone has the capacity to heal themselves and others in their own special way. So I thought, this is my medicine and I want to share it with other people.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Well, here's an extraordinary photo of you in your element. And this is directly from your Instagram. And for anyone who wants to follow, Alchemystic Studio. And
Yeah.
so it's really beautiful about you sharing your practice with the world and teaching others. I think a lot of people get activated by something. They're like, oh my gosh, I got to tell everyone. I
Mhm.
want to share this medicine, this wisdom with the world. And as you and I know, it takes practice, 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 always coming. And so for you to evolve and grow into a leader in this area, I feel is really powerful because you get to live stream classes, you get to have classes in person whenever, the whole social distancing is properly done. So I feel like we're in a whole new paradigm where a lot of people are having, existential questions of, okay, what are they here for? What's their purpose? What's their dharma? And I feel like what I've witnessed in you as a friend is you've really got lit up during 2020 with so many ways that you can step into being a spiritualpreneur. You
Mhm.
get to share your light with the world. You get to take on and be a stand for what it is that you believe in. And I feel it's so powerful and admirable. So, what makes your company unique?
So, what makes my company unique is I'm alchemizing two worlds that often do cross. I worked for Greenpeace and I saw the intersection, but I don't see kind of in a mainstream way in yoga, and that's the world of activism and the world of yoga. And I believe that they're so interconnected, especially in this day and age where the racial uprising is happening, feminism is happening.
Yes.
All these things are happening, and those are actually massively healing elements in and of themselves. When we take the power back and we start to reclaim our roots, we start to say, these old structures aren't working. They're actually oppressive. How can we liberate ourselves? So
Mm,
I look to create an intersectional experience. I really hope to create this community that looks like every flavor of human can come together and find this connection. Um,
mm,
because, I have noticed that it looks kind of all very uniform in the West, the way yoga's done and the way it's portrayed. So, yeah, that's what I think and I hope is the unique experience at Alchemistic.
I love that. So people that are tuning in right now that may know who I am, DTO, may not know who you are yet, Meesha. What would be this one advice, like one tip or way that you feel anyone that may be feeling disconnected to their life's purpose, disconnected to their bodies, disconnected to their own beingness of what their full potential is? What piece of advice would you share with anyone out there?
So I was thinking about this earlier, and I have this kind of tendency to be really raw and like I'm down to almost do TMI, like too much of my information, because I want to be as open as possible.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I do this is because we live in this age where everyone shows the highlight reel of their life.
Yep.
And especially spiritual leaders, you kind of look at them and you're like, man, I'm never going to be like that person. They meditate 5 hours a day. They're so thin. They eat so well all the time. And it creates this guilt complex that I had kind of indoctrinated into, where I was like, I'm going to go to yoga or I'm going to do this. I'm going to eat this because I feel guilty if I don't. Like I should be.
Yeah.
But we can flip the switch. And when we do these things because they create pleasure within us, they make us feel good. They help us connect to what we love, whatever your form is of medicine, then it actually starts to heal us and it actually starts to create habits. So I think
Mm.
my piece of advice is know that everyone's human and there's no one doing it the right way and there is no right way to do it. Find what makes you tick, what brings that fire to you, and then follow it.
I love that. Yeah. And I feel when we breathe, when we have stillness, when we meditate, it allows for us to even tap into that energetic field that might be dormant, or it might have all of these stresses and worries and global pandemic fears. And oh my gosh, I feel like every moment there's something chaotic happening in my world, either on the macro or micro. So meditation, I really want to share with everyone. You and I got to collaborate,
Yeah.
and there is this beautiful meditation that you did along song, the Bursting Stars song from my, well, I have it on my debut album, Nameless Energy, and then I recently did a 10-minute version, and you and I got to connect. And for you to share this meditation, I'm going to do a quick little sample for everyone to tap into how this titled beautiful meditation, spaciousness. When you have that space, then you get to create. So I love what you were sharing for that piece of advice. So let's have everyone, if you're in a location that's safe, not driving a car or anything, go ahead and feel free to close your eyes for about 1 minute. And we're going to play the intro to this, and then we'll share the YouTube link in the comments for anyone to follow and enjoy later. So here it is, Spaciousness with Meesha narrating, and then soundtrack by DTO.
Hello, and welcome to your meditation on spaciousness. I invite you to find a comfortable seat. Perhaps you sit legs crossed.
Wonderful.
Or you find a bolster to place your sit bones on. However you find yourself, I invite you to place your palms on your knees, face up to receive, face down to give back to yourself. I invite you to close your eyes, and we'll start with 3 rich, slow breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Feel your whole body, hold it at the top. Exhale out your mouth. Beautiful. 2 more in through your nose. Hold it at the top.
Wow.
Exhale out your mouth.
All right, I invite everyone to take a deep breath of air in through the nose.
Last one. Slow breath in through the nose.
So appreciate this extraordinary collaboration. And let's give props to who did the video.
Yay! Yeah, I know. I was going to plug her. She just took to it.
Beautiful. Notice how you already feel different. Perhaps you feel more grounded in your body, more quiet.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah, the power of collaboration. It's such one of my superpowers. I know it's one of yours as well. Love to collaborate. And so my last question for you is, where can people find you online?
Sure. So my website's in the works. I got this response I wasn't really kind of ready for. So I wish it was already kind of live, but
you've been working on it, really pouring your energy into it. So do you have a rough launch date or a timeline for everyone to get ready for it?
So my birthday is October 13th. I'm hoping that
week.
I'm hoping that week I'll launch. Right now, the best way to find me is at Instagram at @alchemystic_studio. I do have a Facebook business page for folks who don't have Instagram. That's Alchemystic Studio. And then you can kind of join in on the conversations that I'm creating. I have some IGTV goodies on there.
Perfect.
We will be practicing together. I'm also going to launch a schedule on those spaces where we can practice a little bit before October.
I love that. And I'm October 2nd. You're October 13th.
Yeah.
So we get to have this. I'm Vedic philosophy. I'm I'm Libra in Western. And then I am Virgo. Yes. So I get to have a alchemical, let's say alchemistic relationship with those avatars.
Same. I don't, but I definitely feel my Virgo energy.
Oh, perfect. Well, I guess we're both on the same frequency here. So such an honor and pleasure to have you here, Meesha. And I'm grateful that you have really created this possibility through your activism, through you being a stand for sharing what you get to share with everyone out there, whether it be live streaming, eventually in person, and all of these other expressions. I really love what you're able to offer. And truly, what I've witnessed in you is this light, this destiny, the soul's purpose that you have is really ignited where you're opening up your throat chakra. You're being a stand for fairness, oneness, connection, as well as for all of us to have the ability to get inspired to understand what our path is. And so I see you with Alchemistic as activating people. It's like you have your, beautiful magical wand. It's like, ding, okay, let's wake up this human being. Okay, this person over here, okay, they're lost in their gunk and their stuff. And it's like, all right, how do we aliven people, awaken people to their truth? And I really recognize that you create that container for people. And you also get to tap into what it is that you've had in your life's journey as way showers. And so you get to embody that and live that truth. And through the meditation that anyone can have a look at on YouTube, it's called Spaciousness. And your YouTube channel is Alchemistic Studio. So if anyone out there wants to simply look for that on YouTube, feel free to listen to it. And we'd love any comments, anyone that would like to share this video, and go over to Instagram. All right. Thank you so much, Meesha.
Thank you
Appreciate
so much.
you.
It was lovely as always.
Yes. All right. Looking forward to seeing you next time.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.